Assalamu alaikum. This is Mohammed Rafiqul Islam. Today, international standard banking practice to be discussed face by face. And this videos is for the international students who are inspired and very eager to pass CDCS examinations. Today, the topic is understanding signature requirement in trade documents under international standard banking practice. ISBP 821, A35 to A38 para. So let's start the discussion. In international trade, the authenticity of documents is vital. The lecture focuses on the different forms of signatures, how bank document examiners interpret them under international standard banking practice, and what is or what is not considered complete. Acceptable forms of signature. You know, handwritten is not only the signature to be considered. A signature doesn't need to be handwritten. It may be facsimile, perforated stamps, jobs, mechanical or electronic means. The key point is the form of signature is flexible as long as it provides clear authentication. The purpose of the signature is to authenticate, give proof to the document examiner that the document is authenticated. So signature is only required for authentication purpose. If a credit says signed and stamped, it is enough to use a valid signature form from the facsimile signature, perforated signature, any types of signature, which I mentioned earlier. Using a valid signature form is very vital. So the name of the signing party, type, stamp, handwritten, preprinted, etc. is enough. A preprinted signature and a company name stamp suffice for proving the signed and stamped documents. Let's say not accepted as a signature. Which type of signature not acceptable? ISBP doesn't permit to accept this kind of signature. I mean, phrases like electronically authenticated signature, no signature required, this not qualifying as signature unless there is a verifiable method of authentication. So authentication via URL. So for example, any website, the presenter indicate to check the URL to verify the documents. The banks, in this case, banks are not obligated to visit this site. The burden of proof lies with the presenter, not the bank. Article A36, signature attribution and representations. Letterhead signature. Signature on letterhead implies that the document is signed by that person entity who provides the letterhead, who used the letterhead, who manufactured the letterhead. Repetition of the name next to the signature is not required because the title, the letterhead, bears the name of the company in the upper hand of the letterhead. So for the signature next to the signature, below the text is not required. Signing for a branch. If a person signs on behalf of a branch, it is acceptable. It is interpreted as a valid signature of the issuer. So branch office is the main office, is treated as the main office of the parent or sister concern. This helps avoid confusion in large organization with multiple branches. Not agent office, not agency, just branch office. It's a big company, big multinational have different branch office at different locations of the world. Signature boxes on transport documents. So for example, when we examine the documents, we see just because there is a box or field for a signature doesn't mean it must be filled. If the box is over there, there is no necessity or there is no requirement to fill the box in. For instance, signature of shipper on any airway bill or road consignment note is usually left blank. If the credit doesn't demand a signature, it is not required even if its box is existing. Para A35, signature required based on wording. If a document explicitly says It is not valid without a signature or counter signature or something like that. Then it must be signed in the indicated field if document requires. The name of the person or entity doing the signing must be shown. This ensures compliance with the document's own condition. Then let's summarize the total discussion. Various signature forms are acceptable, not just the handwritten. A document may be authenticated electronically, but not vaguely. Just it should be very much clearly indicated in the requirement phase. A signature is not required just because a space exists. Context matter, which context, the situation, the context demands. Banks will not verify electronic signature without through external website. It is not the obligation of the bank to check the URL website to take authentication of the documents. Wording on the documents itself can create a signature obligation. Wording on the document itself can create a signature obligation. So understanding signature rules is crucial for avoiding discrepancies. Always check what the credit says, what the document says, whether the presented signature meets ISBP standard. Ladies and gentlemen, and the above, dear viewers, that's all for today. We will meet you once again in another video. Please have a look onto the Learning Line Academy website. We are planning to make videos on UCB 600 International Standard Banking Practice for the International CDCS Spire.